Hello Zazels and Zazets. From now on we're going to start rolling for the review and the next one at the end of the video. So leave in the comment section what games you want, and if I think it's good enough I'll add it to the review wheel. Alright, let's get to the spins. And it looks like this week we're reviewing Curses, which is good because I wanted to talk about this one soon. Part 1, what is Curses? Curses is an ambitious single developer project that ventures into the amazing world, in quotations, of Bandit beater games. It's not like we have a million of those, but whatever. It's drawing inspiration from the One Piece series. Wow, how unique. Anyways, players navigate the ocean, engage in combat, explore, and progress with all the things in the source material that is One Piece. Who would have thought? Crazy. Anyways, part 2. So what? Another Bandit beater. At first glance, Curses may just seem like another Bandit beater in a crowded genre. However, it distinguishes itself with a unique blend of elements, offering players a compelling mix of combat mechanics, well, a progression system, which is okay I guess, and world events, which is very rare for this genre. Despite my initial skepticism, the game surprised me with its depth and engagement from its combat system, as its PvP is really well made. You can really tell how excited I am to talk about this game right now, can't you guys? Part 3, problems. While I think the PvP is really good in Curses, it doesn't really have many unique features about it. There's a lot of problems with the game, but that's okay, as they're not super bad, but the repetitive nature of Bandit beater games can make these problems seem worse than they actually are, where players often find themselves facing similar challenges repeatedly. And additionally, doing some of these quests, like the hockey or the movement ability quests, are ridiculous and disrupt the flow of gameplay. The hockey quest, you had to kill 1,000 enemies, which is ridiculous, or kill 10 players, which makes sense. This game is really geared towards a PvP player, as the developer clearly tries to push it with this little eyeball guy that just hangs around and gives you good XP if you kill a player. So that's not too surprising, as this is a PvP-centric game, as I can tell. And for the monetization problems, it doesn't really have them, as the developer releases a bunch of codes for everything, for the race rerolls and the face, well, not the face stuff, the race rerolls. So you'll most likely get the race you want eventually, and the races aren't like busted. Say like GPO, where the cyborg is literally the best race, but it's like a 1% chance, and the spins are like 25 bucks or 50, which is ridiculous, by the way. I'm bringing this up because I'm working on a GPO review. Anyways, and even if the codes weren't being released a lot and like they give a good time before they expire, unlike GPO as well, which expires the codes like after a day, which is also ridiculous. But this isn't a GPO review, that's coming later. The monetization is reasonable enough. It's not like Blocks Fruit's bad or GPO bad in that way. So I think it's fine, especially how generous the dev seems with codes. So I think it's okay. Could be a lot worse. Part 4, compared to other similar games. So if you've played a Bandit beater, which includes GPO, King's Legacy, Blox Fruits, 8 million more, Pixel Piece, I don't know, there's a million Bandit beaters. You know the progression. Kill really weak NPCs over and over and over to gain levels, move on to the next island, repeat until you're max. With maybe some variance in there depending on the game, which is rare though. But yeah, you know Bandit beaters in general, the progression. But the combat system is most similar to Deep Woken off the top of my head. It is a parry-based combat system, which I love because I hate stun simulator combat where you just get stuck after one hit so much. I think that combat is some of the worst you can have. But I see why they do it because it's really easy to make. But parry-based is great. I love parry-based combat. It's more fun and it's more skill-based than, you know, get hit once, get stuck in a combo kind of combat. But yeah, those are some games that's similar too. If you like Deep Woken, you'll probably like the combat in this game. It's not as deep, obviously. Haha, funny joke, but I think you'll like it. Final thoughts. Despite its shortcomings, Curses manages to captivate players with engaging combat. And from what I can tell, regular updates from its single developer. Remind you, single developer. Blox Fruits can never. Anyways, while it resembles One Piece and every other Bandit beater in lots of ways and doesn't offer anything too groundbreaking, the game mostly focuses on PvP and balanced weapons because of it. Barring, you know, the gun weapon type, which I promise will be nerfed soon, so I don't really care. I think it's a decent Bandit beater, and with continued support and refinement from this developer, I think this will be one of the best Bandit beaters. But I do have one problem. Everything in this game you have to roll for. You want a new sword, you have to roll for it. You want a new fruit, you have to roll for it. You want something, you have to roll for it. There is trading in this game, which I appreciate. You can trade any item in the game, so that helps with the annoyingness of RNG. But still, the fact that you have to roll for your weapons and fruits and your skills for those weapons is super annoying, but I guess whatever. It's not that hard to grind the currency used for it, so it's not that big of a deal. It's just annoying as all hell at times if you're trying to get a new weapon or fruit, but it's just a bandit beater. We all know what we're getting ourselves into with the bad grinds. But with continued support and refinement, I think Curses has potential to carve out a niche as the PvP bandit beater between all the other One Piece games, thanks to the good combat and the PvP focus on the game. For final score for right now, since it is just a bandit beater, but it is a good one in terms of PvP and gameplay, so I would give it a 4, as it's I don't think any bandit beater is above a 5 mostly. Besides maybe, I would say GPOs is good, but like because of how boring the grind is and how much it is pay to win, I would probably say that game is probably like a 3 or a 4 as well. So I'll give this game a 4. As it is relatively new, but it's really good combat-wise already, so I think it can only get better. And for potential, I'll give it a 7, because I think it has potential, but since it is a bandit beater and it's also made by one dev, it might take a while to get to that potential. But I think it's definitely there if he can do it. So yeah, before we move on, now that we have a new tradition, let's roll the wheel for the next review. Alright, so the next review will be Fortnite, but before that I have a GPO first impression / review coming out before that, because I already had that work done, but Fortnite will be right after that. And remember, your game can be added to the wheel if you comment and give me a good enough reason in the comment to add it to the wheel for a review. So like and subscribe to Zazwills and Zazets. It always seems more quiet in the dark. It always feels so stark as silence grows under the moon. Constellations gone so soon. I used to think that I was bold. I used to think love would be fun. Now all my stories have been told, except for one.